There are four elements to what makes you more creative than others. One of them is your DNA. There is part in your DNA. I don't know how much, but it ends when you're born.
Yoram, can you teach innovation, or is it something you're sort of born with? Is it a DNA thing?
That's an excellent question, because back in April of last year, I actually ran a workshop on innovation, and I believe that I even have a video on YouTube. There are four elements to what makes you more creative than others. One of them is your DNA. There is part in your DNA. I don't know how much, but it ends when you're born. What can you do with it after that? Well, then is everything that you have experienced from day one to today. Did you go to a technical school? Did you, what was your degree on? What is your experience? What were you taught? What did you do? All of that has affected your creativity. We're coming to today. What can you do from this moment on? Well, what my PhD dissertation was about, how can the organization give you an environment in which you're more creative? So here is a quick tip. One of the prerequisites that I found for an organization to create a creative environment, or an environment for creativity, is it has to be hungry. It has to be possibly even fearing for its own survival. Now, you're going to take Apple as an example, right? Apple is a big organization. It's not in fear for its survival. Not true. It is in a perceived fear. If you go, and I just recently read Steve Jobs' biography, the years where Apple was really creative were years where Steve Jobs would wake up in the morning and say, that's it, we're going to go bankrupt today. We got to come up with something new. So to me, for example, a prerequisite for this company was it had to wake up one morning and say, this market is going away. Telecom is under pressure. We have to do something else. Because that perceived fear for survival is something that forces an organization to take risks, to trust its people, to give them more latitude. And those are the type of things that really affect your ability to be creative or create a creative environment. That's the third element. The fourth element, I like to say that creativity is, I used to say, great ideas are not accidental. Let's say, for example, you wanted to have an accident. Okay, you're riding your bike, you want to have an accident. God knows why, but you want to have an accident. You can ride your bike in the bike trails in the park. You're not going to have an accident because there are no cars driving there. However, if you are serious about having an accident, drive it at the Dallas Tollway at 8 a.m. You will have an accident.
Yes, you will.
If I go back from the analogy, you can create an environment for yourself, and this is, forget the organization you're in, yourself. You can create an environment that would make you more creative. An example, you know, there was research done on the workspace itself. You know, should it be cubes, open space, closed space? Should we have sky color on the ceiling with little birds painted on it? None of them was really conclusive in, and none of those studies was really conclusive in this will drive innovation. However, one of the things that I found was that the changes in environment do cause you to be more creative. They trigger the connections between all those ideas that you have in your head, and once two of them connect, that's when you have a great idea. So great innovation or great ideas, they are kind of accidental, but you can put yourself in a position where those accidents have a much higher probability of occurring.